Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lau'ryn, if you do not know. Here's a part 2 of chapter 1. I wanted to kind of go into depth of like my mentality of that chapter in my life, of finding out I was pregnant, telling my parents, going through ups and downs in my relationship. I want to talk about my mental state in that area of my life, that year of my life. Because I kind of just went through a timeline in that video. And so in this video, I kind of want to go deeper, dig deeper, kind of be more relatable. So I'm going to start there. When I was 18, yes, I was in church, but I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my purpose. I was just going with life. Like back then I was really quiet. I feel like I was in a shell, to be completely honest. I felt like I was in a shell, and I didn't get out that shell until like the last year or 2 or 3 years ago. Whenever I became a minister, I broke out of that shell. But those years, I was very quiet. I was very to myself. I felt kind of like alone, even though I had friends and family and all of that, a baby growing in me. I still felt like I was by myself. I don't remember having a prayer life, no. I do remember talking to God when I, probably needed things. I talked to him, but I didn't have a prayer life. I didn't have a healthy prayer life, a healthy communication between God and I. I was just living. And I want to stop and thank God for allowing me to even continue to live and not, lose my life or whatever because I wasn't in my purpose. But God knows all things. He knew how I was going to be at 19 and 18. He knew that I was going to be sinful. He knew. So I thank God for his grace and his mercy that kept me. Even like being in that relationship with my child's father, it was very toxic. We would argue about dumb things and it would go completely left. Like he would just snap. He would cuss me out. He would say dumb things to hurt my feelings about my family or my church or my weight or whatever. However I looked, he'll just throw it in my face. And then it'll just be a big blow up. And then we'll turn around and I'll forgive him and go right back to the cycle. So that played a part into why I broke up with him right after I had the baby. I was like, it hit me like, no, I don't want to be in this type of relationship anymore. I want more for myself and my daughter. Like, this is crazy. I don't even like you. And that's just what it was. So a lot of that area of my life, it was gray. It was gray. I felt like there was no color to me. There was no color to my life. There was no sunshine. It was very gloomy. It felt like it rained daily. I don't remember being happy. I don't remember smiling. I just remember it being a blur. And I keep getting emotional in these videos because this is like my first time really telling my story and freeing myself. So as I'm telling you all my story, things are coming back to my mind and I'm remembering certain things and I'm remembering trauma. I'm remembering what was said to me. I'm remembering how I felt and I'm getting it out. And this is also a part of my healing process. As I'm healing you all, I'm healing myself. So we're going through this together. So yeah, I was I don't want to say depressed, but I was just down. That's the word I want to use. I was down. I was lonely. I was sad. I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going to happen. I remember working at my auntie's daycare at the time. So I was around family. Like I said, I was around family, but it's just still, something was off. Something was completely off with me and my life. And I wholeheartedly know why now. It was off because I wasn't in my purpose. It was off because I didn't know who I was. It was off because I was connected to the wrong people and all of that. So I continued to live. In spite of how I felt, I continued to live. And I guess that will be this lesson for this video. Continue to live, even if you don't know what's going on, even if you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, even if you don't understand why you're in the predicament that you're in. Continue to live. Continue to keep walking, because as you're walking down that dark tunnel, the sun is going to show up. Like, it's not never going to show. I'm in my season where the sun is finally coming out, where I'm like, okay, mind you, my daughter is now 6. Okay, I can finally see the lights. I can finally smile. I can finally know who I am and walk in my truth. I can finally tell somebody my story. So continue to live. I know you don't know who to talk to. I know you don't know who you are, and you're carrying a baby. I know you did not want things to happen this way. And you have to just keep going for that child that's in you. You have to keep going for you. And I always say this: you can't take care of a child until you take care of yourself. You have to, I know, okay, I was 100% healthy in my mind. I wasn't 100% healthy in my body, but when I gave birth, I made sure I was good for her. I didn't make sure she was good and I just put me to the back burner. No, I made sure Sydney had her right mind. I made sure Sydney went to church. I made sure Sydney had a group of friends that would help her. I made sure that Sydney still made mistakes, but she still knew who her God was. She still knew who to pray to. She still knew who to cry out to. She still had a worship in her. And so this is for somebody on this video. Continue to worship. As you're continuing to live, continue to cry out to God. Continue to pray to him, because the Bible also says that you don't even have to say any words. You can cry out and the Holy Ghost will know what you're saying, and God will understand what you're saying. He takes those tears and he collects those tears. This video is not meant for me to be ministering on here, but I feel God even now that just cry out to him. Women, we are emotional beings. Don't hold back those tears. Do not hold back those tears. Don't hold back how you feel. Write it down. If you are a writer, write it down. I know I was never a writer, so I would just cry it out, and it'll be in my thoughts. I'll cry it out. And if you are a writer, write it out. Whew. Read the letter out to God. Let him know how you feel. Your heart posture is all that he cares about. He looks on the inner. You might be on the outer irritated and mad every day, but God sees the inner. He sees the soft side of you. He sees the emotional side. He sees the side that, God, I want to be healed. God, I'm broken right now. I don't feel good. I don't really like everybody around me, but I'm going to continue to live. He sees that, and he gives you strength to live. He gives you strength to live. And that's one of the reasons why I am a believer. I would not be here if it wasn't for God. I literally, physically would not be here. Mentally, I wouldn't be here. I would be gone. I would be in my grave if it wasn't for that man. I never tried to commit suicide, but I wouldn't be here. And speaking of that, I remember trying to get rid of my baby. I was looking stuff up because I'm like, I don't want to do this. Now, I never told my child's father I wanted an abortion, but there was another spirit, which was the devil, that came into my mind, and I started looking up remedies on how to abort, and that wasn't me. I didn't want to do that. It was another spirit. And so that's another reason why you have to kind of stay in your word. You have to kind of stay prayed up, kind of stay talking to your friends. I know we don't like to tell our businesses to our friends, but that's what they're here for. Our friends are supposed to be our safe havens. Now, if you can't be that, if you don't have that, then those are not the right friends. I've always had my good girlfriends to be there whenever I needed to talk to them, whenever I needed to cry, whenever I needed to vent, whenever I needed to be mad. I called them. You need a good circle outside of God. You also need friends. You also need companionship, family. Like, you need to talk to people, because you will lose your mind in this world alone. You just would. I just went to a Bible study 2 weeks ago about having the right company around you. You need the right company around you. I wasn't really talking to my family, but I was for sure talking to those that were around me. Now, my friend group did not come until I gave birth to my child. Like, it was later. So as I was pregnant, I definitely was alone. But if I had some friends and those that were in the right mind space and head space, I probably would have been about 10% better than what I was. I was alone in my pregnancy, but you don't have to be. I can be your friend. Look, sis, I'm here. Hit me up. I'll talk to you. I'll pray for you. I'll help you out as much as I can, because I've been through a lot when it comes to this single mom situation. I'm going to get through all of that. Like, I went to court 300 times with this man. I had arguments and fights with this man and his mother and his family, like, for no reason, you know what I mean? So I'm so excited to tell my entire story, because there has been different stories that's been put out by him, like on his Facebook and stuff, that just wasn't true. So I'm ready to tell my story. I never blasted him on social media. I'm ready to tell it now in the healthiest way that I can. Me and him, to this day, I do have order protection, but we do talk because we had to co-parent. But the order protection, we're gonna get into all of that. Why am I in a position where I have to get an order protection? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get into all of that. I just wanted to get on here and let you know that you're not crazy. Like, I know you may feel crazy, you may feel confused and loopy and like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna be a mom? You're going to be a great mom. Like, that's gonna come when the baby comes out. It's probably happening now, but when that baby comes out, you're going to be an amazing mother to your child or children. It's just gonna happen. If God put a baby in you and he let it grow to the 9-month period and let it come out of you, you were meant to be that child's mother. Or you were meant to carry that child and let somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But this is for those that are gonna keep their kids, because I never dealt with adoption. You were meant to be that child's mother. Put that in your head every day. I was meant. They might call you a slut. They might call you a hoe, whatever. You were meant to be that child's mother. I was a virgin before I got pregnant. I was meant to be my child's mother, and so are you. Get that in your head. Write it down. Put it on your mirrors. Put it in your phone, on your lock screen. I was meant to be a mother. 18, 17, 16, whatever, how old you are, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and up, you were meant to be that child's mother. Do not forget that. Don't forget that. I'm very passionate about this, because I wish I had this while I was pregnant, because I didn't. So now I know what to say. You know what I mean? So I'm going to stop this video here. I'm going to try and do a video every single day. Whew. And if I can't, it'll be, when I can. But I'm going to try to do a daily video, about 15 minutes. I love you girls. Do not forget to reach out to me, either here under my comment section or on my Instagram at Sydney Lau'ryn, SYDNIE LAURYNN, and TikTok. Facebook, yeah, you can reach me on there. But those two, Instagram and TikTok, I want to be, here with you all. I love you all. Subscribe. If you know a single mom, if you know somebody that is pregnant, please send them this page. I can help. By the grace of God, by the glory of God, I'm going to help. So send this video out. And until I see you guys next time, peace.